Hey guys, so I thought I would use this adorable video of me bottle feeding our new bottle baby lambs as a way to tell you the story about how they all came to be. Mike had some work in Medford and I went with him to go stay the night away, just kind of a night away from, home, all the chores and all of that. Kind of take those little mini vacations as we can get them. And so while he was at his work meetings, I was in the hotel by myself with no chores to do. And so me being me, I got bored and ended up finding a posting for some bummer lambs that were in Corvallis, which would be on our way home later that day. And so the posting was for 3 of them. And bummer lambs are orphan lambs, so either mom didn't make it or mom rejected the baby. Mom could have had maybe too many babies that she couldn't feed. There's a handful of reasons that it could be called a bummer lamb. So I messaged this person, and they had 3. And I talked to Mike about it when he got back. And so we went and we were going to pick up these 3 bummer lambs on the way home. Well, by the time we got there, it ended up being 8. So we stopped and bought a tarp and moving blanket and had to rearrange his truck to try and fit these guys in because we hadn't planned on this. We didn't have a kennel or anything like that for the way home. So it was quite the adventure trying to get them all in there and not make a mess of the truck. And surprised the kids when we got home late with all these little bottle babies that, we're now feeding about every 4 hours. And as you can see, it's quite the ordeal every time that they need to be fed. But it's a lot of fun. Our plan with these guys is to raise them up for about a year, just under a year, and then they will be processed as meat lambs. Now, this is something that I'm going to be overthinking the entire time that we are raising them because we raise a lot of animals, we raise chicken for eggs, but we have not raised a lot of our own meat. We have eaten a handful of our chickens, extra roosters and things like that, but we haven't raised any specifically for meat. But my thinking is, we still eat meat, and I would much rather know that the meat that we're eating are animals that were raised well, taken care of, loved, and all of that. And this is the way that I explain it to myself, to the kids, to anybody else that I talk to, because this is what makes sense to me in my head. I know the meat that we buy at the store, all these factory farms, these animals are not typically well cared for. And as hard as I know it will be to bottle raise these little babies and obviously get attached and then send them off for processing, I honestly think that this is, if we're going to eat meat, that this is the way that it should be, that we should know that they were well taken care of and loved. So that is the plan. What actually happens is yet to be seen. We will get there when we get there. But that's the plan. So you can see they're so cute. I love all of their different colors. Cannot get over their little wool coats. When we got them home that first night, I gave them all a bath. They were completely disgusting, stinky, sheep outside, been in a barn, other sheep, and so that's just kind of the nature of the animal and farm life. But I got them home, got them all bathed. The boys, despite my protests and saying we needed to wait on the names, instantly were giving them names. So they do all have names, although there's a couple names that I'm not super sold on. So we'll see. That one right there, I think that I am feeding is Cream, which is one of the names I'm not super excited about. And then the smallest one they call Smuggy because they say he has a smug look on his face. And he's adorable, and I have a really cute picture of him smiling, but I'm not quite sold on the name Smuggy. And then we have the one kind of at the end of the bottle there, I think he's the biggest one. We call Binky. He's always hungry, so like you need Binky. So it's Binky or Mr. Piggy. The boys call him Mr. Piggy a lot. And the little speckled one there in front of me is Perlin. And I love that name. Nathaniel came up with that because it means something. I don't know the exact definition off the top of my head, but similar to it's like a texture, computer programming texture type something. To me, it makes my brain think of like static or white noise on TV, and I think that's perfect. And then let's see. Closest back in the back here, closest to the fence, is Jack because he looks like a little donkey. Super cute. There is one girl, and she's kind of the solid, darker one there, and the boys named her Charlotte. All of the rest are boys. They're all hungry all the time. Doing pretty good. Had a couple nutrient deficiency symptoms that we've been dealing with on a kind of a case-by-case basis, but so far so good. They are on lamb milk replacer and fresh goat's milk from our goat Wendy, who I'm milking. So I'm kind of mixing a little, what we get from Wendy obviously is not enough to support all 8 baby lambs. So we mix that in with the lamb milk replacer. The lamb milk replacer lambs need a higher fat content than most other animals will give for milk. And so that's important for them. But I also feel like the fresh milk from a goat and, all the antibodies and everything else that kind of comes in and with that is really good for them. Not a huge fan of milk replacers in general, but I do understand that, the different animals have their different needs, and I am not a scientist as far as putting together that stuff in a milk replacer, so we will do a little mix of both and make sure they have some vitamins and other supplements that they need. They are all between 1 and 8 days old. Very cute. You can see as I get further into feeding them, the ones that are full kind of go off and nibble on some hay, or I'm not so charged by all of them, and it's the biggest ones now, just waiting to finish off those bottles. And I've now gotten to the point where I can sit on a play-down bucket in there and have one bottle holding with my knees and then one in each hand, so I can hold 3 bottles at a time. Make pretty good time. But they're very cute. Every about 4 hours, they can go most of the night without feedings at this point. And they go through, gosh, I don't even know ounce-wise, but I think I have 5 of these bottles I'm using here, and sometimes they will finish all of them, sometimes not. So it just kind of depends on who's feeling hungry and who's not, and I just let them eat until they don't seem interested anymore. But yeah, this is how a night away from chores ends up with 8 little babies that need to be bottle fed every 4 hours for a couple months, because that's what I do, I guess. I can't even help it at this point. but here we are, and look how cute they are. These are our first bottle baby lambs. We had one that I picked up for my mom to foster, and we had it for one night. But other than that, we've never had bottle baby lambs or lambs sheep of any age. So this will be an adventure for us. And we did today give them their vaccinations and band the boys and band their tails as well. So the younger two boys helped me with that. And I was going to do a video, but since it was our first time, I was a little nervous, and so we went ahead and just made sure we were focusing on doing it right and doing what we were doing instead of being recorded while doing it. But maybe we will do a video of their booster shot and how the banding is going in, a week, 10 days. So let me know what your thoughts are, and any name ideas. I know I didn't tell you all the names, so any name ideas, like I said, I'm not sold on all of them, so open for ideas, and anything like that. And other than that, just enjoy watching cute little monsters drink up all the milk. Thanks for watching.